Why did this get age restricted? Oh, because of the new YouTube policy. Oh yeah, you guys see that? I'm sure you guys saw this on Twitter. Well, maybe not. YouTube secretly rolled out a new policy that just demonetized like everybody. Like, because it retroactively applied to everyone's account. So the new rule fucked a ton of people, myself included, obviously. RT Game got hit like the hardest from what I've seen. But it's pretty bad. Can you elaborate? Yeah. The new change is if you say any profanity at all, even like light ones, you know, ass, that kind of thing, within the first 8 to 15 seconds of a video, you get demonetized, no questions asked, no wiggle room. But if you say profanity later on, you are theoretically supposed to be fine. But that's not the case right now. It seems totally random. So, like, they mention... Here, I'll pull it up. They mention in their terms, like their new policy, that the only time you'll lose monetization on a video is if you, for language, is if you say, like, fuck, you know, fuck every sentence, or you're like hard profanity in every line, then you lose monetization. But it looks like you can still lose it from even just minorly saying anything bad. Let me see, where can I find the new one? I think they just updated the straight rules here. Let me see. Yeah, they did. Oh, no, they didn't. These still aren't updated here. I'll have to find, like, the official one again. But, yeah. So, they've done a big crackdown on any kind of profanity, anything like that. But the biggest one, and what really hit RT Game, I think, is they have cracked down super, super hard on violent video games. So, Callisto Protocol. My Callisto Protocol video is age restricted. Everyone's Callisto Protocol video is age restricted because the game is deemed too violent. But that also extends to like horror games that are too shocking. I guess shooters that are too gory, perhaps. For me, a video that got demonetized today that was a real head scratcher is when I made the God Slap 2 announcement. Because I actually don't say any profanity at all. Throughout that entire video, I don't say anything that's not standard polite language until 5 minutes and 38 seconds into the video when I was recapping issue 1. I said fuck. So it couldn't have been a profanity thing because there was only one piece of profanity. But in that God Slap video for issue 2, we had an animation. And that animation had violence. There was blood in the animation, and that happened at 1:45 seconds. So having blood in the animation must have triggered the full demonetization of it. So it's very, very strict. So overnight, a ton of channels, RT seems to be the most vocal about it, have been hit by a massive wave of demonetized content across the board. And they didn't say shit about this change. They didn't mention it. It demonetizes anything with red paint. Is that confirmed? Does it actually? I wouldn't be surprised. So it's a gore filter. It's an everything filter. Profanity, even, so they made it in their terms. They now say all profanity is treated equally except for hell and damn. They point out specifically aren't going to be treated as profane. And they also said that they're not going to treat censored or bleeped words as profanity. Though I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure they still will count those. So it's an everything filter. Why are they making YouTube a kids thing? I don't know, because they're not struggling for ads right now. YouTube's actually doing super well monetarily from everything I've read. So it actually just doesn't make any sense, because all they're doing is losing money on all of that shit now since it's been demonetized. By putting everything in that demonetized bucket, they no longer can put the ads on it themselves either. So they're literally just cutting off a source of their income. A big source from a ton of channels. I don't get it. They must have gotten threatened. I just don't know. I don't know if I even believe that. Like, I don't see who would threaten them. Tristan Tate released and no trafficking charges. It was rumors. Let me refresh. Let's see if that's confirmed. Right now, the only source is Rap TV, which apparently is not a reliable source. All reputable sources here are still reporting it as human trafficking, so Independent, I believe BBC as well. That hasn't changed yet, so I'm gonna wait for like a more reputable source that's not just Twitter centric. Because even in the official broadcast, the word trafficking was on screen, it seemed. So we'll see. But yeah, that'd be huge. That would be huge.